Good day everyone, we are from the Golden Matrix and we are here to provide you a brand new and exciting idea to give answers on one of midwives' problems in this present day. As we know that since the world was evolving along with the advancing health technology system, aside from that, midwives, especially in our country Indonesia, compared to obstetricians, have not been in the same trusting level. Therefore, to upgrade the quality of midwife, it is needed to provide them with improved technology that will intensify midwife services for patients, so that better nursing quality care could be the way to help midwives as nurses to achieve one of the Sustainable Development Goals. It is Goal 3, good health and well-being as well. Then I want to tell you some specific problems or difficulties that can hinder their duty effectiveness. First, we know that to provide the appropriate care for the patient that is suitable with the right diagnosis, midwives should revert according to the patient's health record. For example, childbirth and pregnancy record, and etc. In the absence of storage devices to archive patient's record, midwives are not able to perceive the patient's health record properly. Second, when patients are in search of midwives to help them in consultation, of course they will prefer to choose a credible midwife. For that, we can know it from the midwife's reputation that can be derived from the previously stored midwife's profile. Then, patients are able to select midwife according to their preferences. Therefore, the device to store the midwife's profile is very necessary. The next problem is when a patient is required to have a consultation session with a midwife, occasionally the patient could not come directly to the visit. The difficulty to organize a routine or tentative schedule that has to be done offline will obviously affect midwives to improve in providing better quality care. Also, if a patient is in a crisis or urgent situation of their health, their midwives may be unaware of it because there is no fast access for the patient to tell their midwife about their situation. This is dangerous for the patient and the midwife is not able to help them fastly. Moreover, if the patient is not near their midwife. From what I mentioned above, we can see that this problem needs to be solved to help midwives serve for the best nursing quality care. Therefore, it is needed to give a solution that also accompanied by application of technology. For that, we give you an idea of mobile application that can fulfill the needs of midwives, especially to store and organize patients' data, also with other exciting features that can provide more effectiveness and engaging for the patients too. Here is a slide look of what we have. First, the mobile application itself. It is already a solution to upgrade midwives' technology. These days, mobile phones have been something that is used by almost everyone on a daily basis. So there must be a whole lot of advantages we can get by having a mobile application that can be easily accessed and made specifically for midwives. It will facilitate midwives to give services and treatments for the patient precisely, securely, and effectively. In this mobile app, midwives are able to fill out personal identifiable information, also with the detailed medical information of patients. Using Amazon Web Services Cloud, we take advantages to store a lot of information and organize them easily. To add more effectiveness based on the data previously stored, midwives are able to do the branding of themselves to the patients using the app. There is a feature to store midwives' capability or achievements, and also there is a feedback, review, and red columns of the midwives that are filled in by the patient in care of the midwife. Then other patients may find more trusted midwives to trust them the care. Interesting, isn't it? Then, midwives are also able to do the monitoring of patients too, with a checklist of updated patients' activity, reminder, schedule, and maybe a routine consultation session that also can be done online with video call or chat features. So if there are any possible illness, midwives can detect it as soon as possible. Talking about online session, we provide the features to set offline consultation scheduled by the apps, or to set an online session too. Lastly, to solve the unavailable emergency button, we provide an emergency call feature that does not require an internet connection, that it will be helpful in an urgent circumstances. Patients will be just one call away to then be connected to the customer service and be passed on to the selected midwife then is in the same area as the patient. Well, now let's take a look at the prototype of mobile application that we have designed that called Midwives Connect through the UI design.
In this section, we will explain the design of the user interface of the application that we create. When you open the app, you have to log in or register if you don't have account yet, which of course need to be verified by the system. For sign in, you can just type your email and password right away. The first one is registration. In the personal information section, the user will be asked to enter name, age, gender, phone number, and address. In the account information section, the user will be asked to enter a username, email, password, and what they register as, a midwife or patient. On the start menu, the midwife can choose various menus, namely My Patient, Appointment, and Online Session. In each user interface, there is a side menu that contains the menu on Connected Midwife. Notification with a bell symbol at the bottom next to the Start button that serve to remind midwife of the activities that midwife must perform. My Patient. In this section, midwife can write down the diagnosis at each meeting the midwife have with the patient, and midwife can view the patient diagnosis history at other meetings. 8. My Patient. In this section, midwife can add a diagnosis to the patient encounter. Monitor. In the menu, the monitor midwife provides the patient schedule for taking the medication based on the decision of the patient meeting. Add Monitor. In this section, midwife add the patient medication program. In this menu, midwife can see the schedule and monitor of patients who are treated with these midwives by pressing the appointment button or the drug monitor symbol. Appointment. In the midwife appointment section, you can view the schedule of the patient appointments and can provide information in real time. If the midwife cannot meet with the patient, the midwife will press X button. If the midwife make appointment, the midwife will press check button. Online meeting. In this menu, midwife can have an online meeting with patient through the video calls or chat.
For the patient, once they sign in, they would be able to see their dashboard, profile picture, and notification sign. Patient's health journey is one of the main features we have, which appears on the profile section. These health records of the patients can be seen only by themselves and the midwives who currently in charge for them. For the first menu, we have task and schedule. It contains patients' activities such as what medicine they should take, the therapy or exercise they have done, and so on. If they have already done that, they have to click done so that the midwife can check patients' update and track their progress anytime. This list will be updated daily. Those activities will be summed up in the schedule. And here's the summary of the patient's coming up appointment. We move to the midwives menu. In my list, patient will be shown their preferred midwives and also the midwives with whom they have handled by, or they have already suggested by friends. Well, patients also can type the midwife's name right away. For online session, patient will see their midwife's list that they can have a chat or call with, but only with the one that they have scheduled beforehand. Then it will lead to the room chat with the midwife. Once they have done, patients must fill the rates and feedback column. It will be shown in the midwife's profile. Lastly is emergencies. If patients want to know some things general and fast but also pretty accurate, they can go to the bot chat. It will inform the patient both about the disease or diagnose about them, judging from their answer. Or if something is happening under control or is urgent, patients can dial emergency call right away. It will directly be connected to the call center and be passed on to the selected midwife that's in the same area as the patient.
After explaining the various features that exist in our application and how they work, we will now describe the backend system that is built into our application and how these systems relate to each other. And to make a better application, we use various iOS services that can run our backend application. The first service we use in our backend system is Amazon Cognito. Amazon Cognito provides solution to control access to iOS resources from our app. Using advanced security features for Amazon Cognito to add adaptive authentication to our application helps protect our application user accounts and user experience. When Amazon Cognito detects unusual sign-in activity, such as sign-in attempts from new locations and devices, it assigns a risk score to the activity and lets you choose to either prompt user from additional verification or block the sign-in request. And also, to assign access permission directly to user who can access iOS service and resources, we use the Amazon IAM role. For example, Amazon IAM can configure user who can read the contents of an Amazon S3 bucket. We use Amazon AppSync to access and combine data from different data sources and other backend systems. For example, these data sources can be DynamoDB and iOS Lambda.
To send the right message to the right person at the right time, we use Amazon Pinpoint. And Amazon Pinpoint also helps us understand how customers interact with our application. We can use this data to create both dynamic and static segments and take action in a campaign and for promotional marketing communication. The Amazon API gateway we use is a WebSocket API. We use the WebSocket API because we want to create real-time applications that allow users to communicate in real time, and API gateway maintains a persistent connection to handle the transfer of messages between our backend service and our clients. We wanted to build applications with highly engaging user experiences and lifelike conversational interactions, so we decided to use Amazon Lex to build multi-turn conversations for our chatbots. iOS Lambda is the brain of this application. It can process the code just by uploading the codes. Lambda is also flexible because it can accept multiple languages such Node.js, Python, and Java. iOS Lambda can cooperate with Amazon SNS. Lambda allows users to invoke Amazon SNS notification, and after a message is published, Lambda function can be invoked or triggered. Users can use Lambda to change CloudFront requests and responses and customize what content is delivered by CloudFront. We use DynamoDB and iOS AppSync to build interactive mobile apps with real-time updates, offline data access, and data sync with built-in conflict resolution. And also, DynamoDB delivers automatic scaling of throughput and storage based on your previously set capacity by monitoring the performance usage of your application. To make our static content available on the internet, we use Amazon S3 to store our static content. Then we connected Amazon S3 with Amazon CloudFront. CloudFront reduced the load on S3 buckets and helped ensure a faster response for our users when they requested content. To provide notification and message features to users, we use Amazon SNS that is simple and easy to use and manage automatically. And this is a look at how our iOS services are interconnected to form our backend system.
Well, that's all we have for now. Furthermore, more interesting innovation will come up. We already have plans to develop our prototypes. One of them is by adding features that make it possible for visually impaired people to use the application that we have designed. And also we will add discussion forums for midwives to share information about the world of health, especially in the midwifery field.
More of it, there might be a feature where patients are able to find the nearest midwife via maps, so that when an urgent situation occurs in sudden,
the patient can contact the nearby midwife and the midwife is possibly rushed to the patient's location. Last but not least, if in the future a lot of people using our app, we will try to implement ERP or entrepreneurial resource planning as a tool to integrate all the features in the app with department working closely within our app so that our app runs smoothly and the data sent between the patient, the midwife or departments run quickly and smoothly. Having that said, it concludes our brief demonstration about the application.
we're looking forward to explain even more about what we have. We would sincerely say thank you for the opportunity and
See